Hi everyone, my name is Vinita and today we are going to start a new series on this channel, that is the practice session on mathematics optional. This is going to be beneficial for people who are appearing in prelims 2025 because your mains preparation cycle has ended and you will be starting your prelim specific preparation from now onwards. सो मैनी ए टाइम्स एक थॉट आपके दिमाग में आ सकता है दैट शुड आई डिवोट सम टाइम टू माई ऑप्शनल प्रिपरेशन एज वेल और ऑप्शनल रिविजन एज वेल, बिकॉज मैथ्स इज सच एन ऑप्शनल कि रिवाइज नहीं किया, प्रैक्टिस नहीं किया तो चीज़ें फेड होने लग जाएंगी. सो दिस सीरीज इज़ गोइंग टू सेव यू फ्रॉम दैट थाट. तो आप क्या करोगे, यहाँ पर मैं डाइवर्स सब्जेक्ट्स कवर करूँगी. आई बी टेकिंग क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम डाइवर्स सब्जेक्ट्स. क्वेश्चंस विल रिमेन एग्जाम ओरिएंटेड. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू टेक इजी पीजी क्वेश्चंस जो आपके एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं, वही क्वेश्चंस हम कवर करेंगे इसमें. So you can solve the question on your own, pause the video, or you can just listen to me, understand the concept, and you can learn the concept. Okay, let's begin. So this is our first question. It belongs to analytic geometry, जो आपका paper 1 section A में पूछा जाता है. So it's a question from analytic. The question says that find the equation of plane through the intersection of two planes and perpendicular to the third plane. So there is a plane P which is passing through the intersection of P1 and P2. So you know that two lines intersect in a, two planes intersect in a line. So let's say this is P1 and let's say this is P2. And these two planes are intersecting in this line. अब कोई प्लेन है जो कि P1 और P2 के इंटरसेक्शन से पास कर रहा है, द थर्ड प्लेन. दैट मीन्स द थर्ड प्लेन इज पासिंग थ्रू द इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ P1 एंड P2. लेट दिस प्लेन बी P. Now the points on P satisfies P1 is equal to 0 and they also satisfies P2 is equal to 0. That means P passes through the combination of P1 and P2 as well. So if I take combination of P1 and P2, if I combine P1 and P2, that will be the equation of my required plane. So this will be the equation of P which is passing through the intersection of two planes. But lambda कैसे मिलेगा? We will be given an additional condition in order to find lambda. Like here, it is given that our plane is perpendicular to the third plane. So there is a third plane given to us, that is P3. So P is perpendicular to P3. Right? So यहाँ से मुझे lambda मिल जाएगा. So let's solve it. So we basically have a solution. So we have P1 is x plus 2y plus 3z minus 4 is equal to 0 and P2 is 2x plus y minus z plus 5 is equal to 0. Now P passes through intersection of P1 and P2. Intersection of P1 and P2. So P will be equal to P1 plus lambda P2 is equal to 0. So my P is equal to P1 plus lambda P2 equal to 0. So it implies the equation of P is 1 plus 2 lambda into x. Combining these two, plus 2 plus lambda into y plus 3 minus lambda into z minus 4 plus 5 lambda is equal to 0. Now I need to find this lambda. Lambda के लिए condition क्या given है? That my plane is perpendicular to the third plane. And whenever two planes are perpendicular, na, this plane is, let's suppose, perpendicular to this plane. This is my P and this is my P3. प्लेन का अपना कुछ भी नहीं होता है, सब कुछ नॉर्मल का होता है. नॉर्मल इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन. सो ये इसका नॉर्मल है, ये इसका नॉर्मल है. सो व्हेन आई से दैट टू प्लेन्स आर परपेंडिकुलर, दैट मीन्स देयर नॉर्मल इज परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. And when normal is nothing but a line, so whenever a line is perpendicular to another line, that means their dot product, the dot product of their direction ratios will be 0. So here I can say that now P is perpendicular to P3. So it implies direction ratios of normal of P dot direction ratios of normal of P3 is equal to 0. Their dot product is equal to 0. So it implies, now what are the direction ratios of P3? Coefficient of x, coefficient of y, coefficient of z. That means 5, 3, 6 are direction ratios of normal of P3. Normal of P3. सो एंड नॉर्मल ऑफ पी के डायरेक्शन रेशियोज क्या हो जाएंगे? सेम वे में कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्स, कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वाई, कोमा कोफिशिएंट ऑफ जेड. सो 1 + 2 लैम्डा, कोमा 2 + लैम्डा, कोमा 3 - लैम्डा. इट्स डॉट प्रोडक्ट विद 5, 3, 6 will be equal to 0, which implies 5 + 10 lambda, dot product open करेंगे, plus 6 + 3 lambda plus 18 - 6 lambda is equal to 0. Now solving it, we will have 5 + 6 11, 11 + 18 that is 29, 10 + 3 13, 13 - 6 that is -7 lambda is equal to plus 7 lambda is equal to 0. So I get lambda is equal to -29/7. I told you now there will be some additional condition given to us in order to find lambda. Now since we have got lambda, we need to find the equation of P. So insert lambda into P. lambda को P में insert करेंगे. So insert lambda into this P. So my equation of P is equal to 1 + 2 lambda, that is 1 - 29 into 2/7 into x plus 2 + lambda y. So 2 - 29/7y plus 3 - lambda z. So 3 + 29/7 z. Minus 4 + 5 lambda. So -4 - 5 into 29/7, and that is equal to 0. Solving it, you will get 7 - 58, that is -51x, 14 - 29 -15y, 21 + 29 50z plus 50z, -4 - 145/7. So it will be -173. एंड 7 क्योंकि LCM है तो चारों तरफ से उसको कैंसिल कर दिया गया है. सो दिस इज़ द इक्वेशन ऑफ माई प्लेन. सो ये हमारा आंसर आ गया. दिस इज़ द रिक्वायर्ड इक्वेशन ऑफ माई प्लेन एंड दिस इज़ आवर फाइनल आंसर. Now this is our next question. Find the point in which this line meets this plane. So there is a line which is intersecting the plane. There is a line which is intersecting the plane. So you have to find their point of intersection. You have to find their point of intersection. So the concept behind it is that the point lies on the line as well as it lies on the plane. This point P lies on the line as well as it lies on the plane. So let P be the point on intersection of x - 2/3. This is the symmetric form of the line. Y + 1/4 is equal to z - 2/12 in the plane. And plane x - 2y plus z is equal to 20. Now whenever you have to find any arbitrary point on the line, you put this equation equal to 0 जो आपकी symmetric form है. इसको you put this equation equal to r. R basically represent that point. See, this equation is in symmetric form, so it has a fixed point given to us. 2 - 1 2 is a fixed point on the line. 2 - 1 2 is a fixed point on the line. So if I put it equal to r, then it tells us the distance of any point from 2 - 1 2. So if you have to find some arbitrary point on the line, you can simply put it equal to r and find x, y, z. So from here I'll get, if I compare x - 2/3 to r, I'll get the value of x here 3r + 2. If I put y + 1/4 equal to r, I'll get y equal to 4r - 1. If I put z - 2/12 equal to r, I'll get z is equal to 12r plus 2. So it implies P, which lies on our line P, has coordinates 3r plus 2, comma 4r minus 1, 4r minus 1, comma 12r plus 2, 12r plus 2 is any arbitrary point on this line, any arbitrary point on this line on L, right? अब जैसे R वेरी करता रहेगा ना, so you will keep getting different points. So any point on this line will be of this type only. Any point on this line will have these coordinates only, and depending upon the value of R, we will keep on getting different points of the line. But R की वैल्यू कहाँ से मिलेगी? Because this plane has a, this plane passes through this plane, sorry, this point passes through this plane as well. So you put this point into this plane and you will get the value of R. Right everyone? I'm telling you that this point represent all the points on the line. But we have to find such a point which is also passing through this plane. So हमें P find करना है ना, जो इस plane से भी pass करता है. So this is the additional condition given to us. Right? तो आप इसको इसमें put कर दो, you will get that particular point P. इसमें put कर देंगे. Now P lies on the plane as well. P lies on x minus 2y plus z is equal to 20. So you put P into this plane. So 3r plus 2 minus 2 into 4r minus 1 plus 12r plus 2 is equal to 20, which implies 3r minus 8r plus 12r plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, it is equal to 20. So it is 15 minus 8, that is 7r, plus 6 is equal to 20, that means is equal to 14. So it implies I got r equal to 2. So I got the value of r. So it means this r is for the specific point P, which passes through the plane as well. So P क्या आ गया? P has coordinates 3r plus 2, that means 3 into 2 plus 2, that is 8, comma 4r minus 1, 4 into 2 minus 1, that is 7, 12r plus 2, that is 12 into 2 plus 2, that 24 plus 2, that is 26 is my required point which lies on the plane as well as on the line, and this is my final answer. All good? So now this is our next question. Again, this is from analytic geometry. Today we will be taking questions from analytic geometry only, like paper 1 and section A. The question says that find the distance of this point. There is a point given to us. You have to find its distance from this line. Point की distance line से पता करनी है. There is a point and its distance is to be known from the line. Let's suppose that point is P 3, 8, 2. Measured parallel to the plane. Now this is a very good question. See, when I say P is at a certain distance from the line, so that means this is the distance between L and P. This is the distance between L and P. अब ये कह रहा है that distance is measured parallel to this plane. That means this distance is parallel to this plane. This distance is parallel to this plane. Understood? So this is a point and this is the line. This is the line. This point is at certain distance from the line. Now this distance is parallel to this plane. ये दोनों parallel हैं एक दूसरे के. अब distance कैसे निकालोगे? In order to find this distance, मुझे ये point find करना ज़रूरी है. This is a point on this line. Let's name it as n. Let's name it as n. So n is a point on this line Pn. N is a point on this line Pn, or you can say that n is a point on the line L. So solution. So let that distance is Pn. Let the distance is Pn. Pn. But n तो हमें पता ही नहीं है. N lies on our line. Lies on our line. And in the last question, I told you how to find an arbitrary point on the line. So n किस तरह का point होगा? You put it equal to r and you find x, y, z from here. So 2r plus 1, 4r plus 3, 3r plus 2, 3r plus 2 is an arbitrary point on the line. Arbitrary point on the line. Point on the line. On the line. Now, in order to find r, we are given a condition that this line Pn is parallel to this plane. See, हम और तरीके से भी ये n find कर सकते थे, like Pn is perpendicular to the line. From that also you can find n. But here the thing is कि जो ये line है ना, it is parallel to this plane. So we have to use that concept in order to solve this question. So now given that Pn is parallel to the plane 3x plus 2y minus 2z plus 17 is equal to 0. And whenever a line is parallel to the plane, there is a line which is parallel to another plane. तो जो plane का normal है, you know that this is the normal of the plane. Normal will be perpendicular to the line. ठीक है? Whenever a line is parallel to another plane, its normal will be perpendicular to that line. Always remember it. So it implies normal of the plane is perpendicular to Pn. So it implies the dot product of direction ratios of the plane dot product with direction ratios of the line Pn is equal to 0. Now you can find the direction ratios of line Pn is equal to end points are given to us, so vector n minus vector p. It is as simple as that. Now what is vector n here? 2r plus 1 comma 4r plus 3 comma 3r plus 2. These are the components of n. Minus p is 3 comma 8 comma 2. So we got the direction ratios of Pn equal to 2r minus 2 comma 4r minus 5 comma 3r. अब इसका dot product लेंगे with the direction ratios of the plane. Now what are the direction ratios of this plane? इसके 3 comma 2 comma minus 2 are direction ratios of this plane of the normal to the plane Now dot product of 3 comma 2 comma minus 2 dot 2r minus 2 comma 4r minus 5 comma 3r is equal to 0. So it implies 6r minus 6 plus 8r minus 10 minus 6r is equal to 0. So it implies 8r minus 16 is equal to 0. And we got r is equal to 2. हमें r मिल गया. We can find n now. n find कर सकते हैं. r को put कर दो n में. 2r plus 1, 4r plus 3, 3r plus 2. So 2 into 2 plus 1, 4 into 2 plus 1, 4r plus 3 था ना, 4r plus 3, 3r plus 2. So 3 into 2 plus 2. So I got the coordinates of n as 4 plus 1, 5, 8 plus 3, 11, comma 6 plus 2, that is 8, 5 comma 11 comma 8. Now the distance Pn is equal to, P was 3 comma 8 comma 2 and n is 5 comma 11 comma 8. So Pn distance क्या हो जाएगा? Distance formula लगाएंगे, 5 minus 3 square plus 11 minus 8 square plus 8 minus 2 square. So that is equal to under root 4 plus 9 plus 36. So that is equal to 7. So 7 is the final answer. 7 is the final answer here. Okay, so this is our final answer. So you have to keep in mind, for instance यहाँ पर हो सकता था कि वो ये प्लेन ना देता, उस केस में हम वो कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करते दैट पी एन इज परपेंडिकुलर टू द लाइन, सो द डॉट प्रोडक्ट ऑफ देयर डायरेक्शन रेशियोज विल बी ज़ीरो. सो उस केस में भी मुझे आर मिल जाता, फिर मुझे एन मिल जाता, और फिर मुझे ये डिस्टेंस पी एन मिल जाता. बट हियर इन ऑर्डर टू फाइंड आर you have to use this concept that this distance is parallel to this plane. So ये आपको you have to keep in mind the main concept here. All right everyone. So this is it about today. We covered 3 concepts here. हमने यहाँ पर 3 concepts cover करे. First concept was plane through the intersection of two planes p1 plus lambda p2. The second concept was finding the point of intersection between the plane and the line. Plane and the line. So P find करना, ये हमने पढ़ा. Third, we covered the distance of a point from the line where this distance is measured parallel to another plane. It is measured parallel to another plane. So we understood these 3 concepts in this session. Hope you liked the session. If you want me to continue this, do let me know in the comment section. Thanks a lot. Bye everyone. Take care.